Okay, I'm making this video because I agree with what Joe Walsh says. Here's the thing: the election in November can't be close. If we want to begin to rid of ourselves of this ugly Trumpist state, or Trumpist stain, I'm sorry, Donald Trump must lose big. I mean, the mother of all landslides. Okay, I absolutely agree 100%. And the media is being, in my opinion, extremely blind to many topics, and it's driving me effing crazy. Okay, I am pissed that this stuff is getting ignored. There was a report March 4th, 2016. Donald Trump's business links to the mob. Let me show you. I believe this is the tell-all sign of this whole entire news. Let me just back up into this. Okay, I'm going to play this right here. I want you to listen.
Fine.
Everything's good.
In 2013, I challenged Trump about his relationship with Felix Sater.
Why didn't you go to Felix Sater and say, you're connected with the mafia, you're fired?
Well, first of all, we were not the developer here. That was a licensing deal.
But your name was on it.
A very simple licensing deal.
But your name's on it, Mr. Trump.
Excuse me, but I don't know. You're telling me things that I don't even know about. I mean, you're telling me about Felix Sater. I know who he is. I know of him, and I know who he is.
You stayed in bed, if I may say so, with Felix Sater, and he was connected with the mafia.
Again, John, maybe you're thick, but when you have a signed contract, you can't, in this country, just break it. Sometimes we'll sign a deal, and the partner isn't as good as we'd like, but that does happen. And by the way, John, I hate to do this, but I do have that big group of people waiting, so I have to
Okay,
leave.
no, hold on. One last question, please, sir.
I have to leave. Thank you.
Okay, all right then.
Alright, so that just tells you right there that he gets up and walks out of the interview. There's something there, right? We've seen many stories on Felix Sater, the Trump Tower Moscow deal, the lying under oath. There's so much there that it needs to get out there. The media needs to stop ignoring this, okay? So, yeah, so how do we do that, Joe Walsh? Well, let me just show you exactly how we do that. There is a trick. If you want to spend money, you can make this video get more views. And you want to know why the view count is at 4 million and not 100,000? It's because of people like me who's been showing people how to buy this video and turn it and get more views. Okay, that's the whole reason why it's going up. If you hit let's just hit refresh really quick here. So notice it's 4,072,524. Let's hit the refresh button and let's see what it's at now. And I'm just going to hit pause. Okay, and it still hasn't gone up, but I can promise you this. Go on there and wait an hour and then hit refresh. I'll promise you the numbers will change. Let me just try refreshing one more time.
See that?
Now it's still the same. Okay. But what we're going to do is Google YouTube promotion, and we're going to click on this first result right here. Okay, it will always be at the top if you search YouTube promotion. Just make sure that it's YouTube promotion, not YouTube promotional or anything like that. If you're doing this on a phone or a tablet, I recommend doing this on a computer, by the way. Okay, now click Start Now. Now, in order to go any further, you have to have a Google account. You need to be logged into Gmail, Google Mail, YouTube, whatever. And then we'll click Get Started. I'm doing this on Google Chrome. Okay, now, and then we get into the good stuff here when this comes up. Okay, first thing we do is click Skip to Advanced Setup. There's a few things that we need to do in Advanced Setup. Okay, so now the campaign names, it doesn't really matter what you call it. You could, I don't care. You can name it Ding Dong, you can name it Trump Mob, you can name it whatever you like. You can leave it the default even. Now, campaign total or daily budget. I would think that campaign total would be for somebody who's running a super PAC that only has a fixed, they've raised all this money and they know how much money they can spend. They don't want to go over. For the average person, you're probably not going to be spending a lot of money on this. Who has a job and everything. So you can do, like, say 25 cents a day, or you can $3 a day would be $90 every 30 days. 25 cents a day would be about 7 or 8 bucks every month. You get to name your price. Now the end date, after November 3rd, I don't think we care. So 11/3/2020, and probably want to put in the 0 in front of that 3, just to be safe. It's a computer. They like zeros in front of dates that are single digits. Okay, so start date. If you want to start at a later date, that's fine too, I guess. But I would just make sure the end date is November 3rd. This one I would do English, right? And let's see what we got here. Everything looks fine there. Show on all, yeah. Any keyword, yeah, I think all that's fine. Okay, now this one I would put 0.06. And then here we're going to search for that video. So we're going to type in Trump Mob BBC. And it's this first result right here. Trump Mob BBC should make that come up as number 1. Okay, now let me describe what these are. So a skippable, we see these all the time, right? Skippable ads. And now they pop up in the middle of the video, not just at the beginning or the end. They get annoying sometimes, right? And you can skip them. Okay. This is the kind that I would recommend doing. Now, there's also the video discovery ad, and they show up as exactly how you see it here. Let me show you why. You'll see exactly why I'm going to recommend video or skippable in-stream ad. Okay, so now the landing page. This is where we put a. This is where we put URLs in. So what I did is I have a playlist, and oh, okay, I didn't. I didn't think ahead. Okay, well that's fine. So I'm going to go in here. I created a playlist, and I'm going to click here, and I'm just going to link this back to the same video. So what happens now? Watch what this. See where it says view advertiser. So on mobile, you'll have a link here, and then over on the desktop, the link will be here. But watch what happens when I paste this in. Okay. And this, yeah, that's fine as well. Okay, now we're going to want to get rid of this. See where it says equals 345 seconds? So everything from here to the right we want to get rid of. And the same thing here as well. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay, so now when people, like when I hover my mouse, that's what shows up right there on a mobile device. And that's what shows up right there on the desktop. Okay, so when people click that, okay, now I know people aren't going to look for that. They're going to click on that by accident. So that's where this call to action button comes in handy. So look at what this just did. You notice how here's your example of an in discovery ad. Well, look what happens when I check this box call to action. Not only do you get this here, but this is what gets this over here in the upper right. And this displays throughout the whole video that people are watching. So if they're watching a cat video or whatever, 5-minute cat video, well, they'll see this video before the cat video shows up, and then when they hit skip ad, by checking this box, they still will see this throughout the whole 5-minute of their cat video, right? Okay. So watch what happens right here to this blue box. I'm going to click on learn more or view playlist to learn more. Oh, okay, I see it's limited to 10 characters. Just learn more. Exactly 10 out of 10. And this headline thing will change this right here. I don't see, I mean, I don't know if there's any catchy text you can put in there that's 15 characters or more that Google will approve. Remember, this has to be approved by Google. And the ad name, the campaign name, all that stuff, that's totally up to you. It doesn't really matter. Let me just review this to make sure I got everything in here the way it should be in there. Yeah, English. Yeah, everything looks good. And there's also something somewhere in here where you can pin it down to locations and things like that. Okay, so you just click on Create Campaign, you give them your credit card information, and you're good to go. I'm not going to do that because I already have this ad set up myself. I just want to show you how to get started. Now, notice I did not upload the video. I didn't download the video and then re-upload it to my channel. I don't have to. I can advertise the BBC, and this is what's nice about YouTube. You can't do this on Facebook. You can't do this on Twitter. You can't advertise somebody else's stuff unless it's YouTube. Okay, so then I'm going to close this, and I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go over here. And notice I Google search YouTube ads, or Google ads this time, and it's this top result. Okay, and then I'm going to click on sign in, and to sign me in. Okay, and then my Trump mob ad. I'm clicking on that right now, and we're going to see that it's been approved. Now, here's the thing. You guys who are watching this probably don't have the political license, so they're going to disapprove you probably at first, but don't panic. Basically, all you've got to do is run through. So you want to check your Gmail or Google Mail, whichever one you're using. But they will send you instructions on how to get approved. And actually, I have another video where I demonstrate the USFL ad, which is why Trump encouraged players to take a knee. I don't know if you guys know that, but Trump destroyed the United States Football League, and also tried to buy the Buffalo Bills 5 years ago, which is the reason why he baited all those players. Besides, when it was just Kaepernick doing that to take knees. Okay, so anyway, but you can see here how I was running this video with MSNBC. It was only getting 57% view rate. Well, look at this. This is 76.92%. This is the highest ad I've run. Okay. Let me just show you one that I've done right now. I have it on pause now, so we have to go back. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to let's see. I started this. Let's just go back to say January. I know I was running it in January. And hit apply. Let's just see what this is. See what the view rate is here? 29.34%. So people don't seem too interested in this ad. But like I said, look at this. 76.92%. People like this ad over this one, over the USFL. Here's another one that I've got as well on the big box stores. I'm running it at I got this turned way down, 43%. This ad right here is effective. It works, and people like it. Okay. Now, like I said, yeah. So now let's go and preview the ad. Let me show you this in action. So there's a preview option. And I'm going to click on desktop since I'm using this on a desktop. And here's the ad. This is what it looks like. There's the Learn More button.
Donald Trump says he's worth it.
And after a few seconds, once the skip ad comes up, you notice how this wasn't up right away, but once the skip ad thing came up, now I can click here, by accident, I can click here. You know, some people might click there, but I would say most people are probably going to skip it. There'll probably only be a few people that click on this. But once they skip it, once their cat video plays or their Taylor Swift video is running or whatever, they still have this up there through the whole time where they can click on this, and they can. Now this only comes up in my preview. This won't. This white page here will not show up when it actually does run as an ad. And here it comes up, and this is what it will. And this is what it will do. Somebody will click on that in the upper right, and it links them to the playlist. Okay, and then also they can click on, like I said, any of the things in the video there. But like I said, don't panic. As a matter of fact, let me show you the video that I have on the USFL. I have a video demonstrating how to use the USFL. Let's see here. USFL. Trump USFL ad. Here we go. And yeah, if you just watch this video, I show you how to go through and get approved to get an election license, so you can get approved for running that mob video. But anyway, I would highly recommend using that BBC mob video. It's the catchiest video that I've run, and you know, again, if we want to do what Joe Walsh is recommending, this guy needs to lose by the mother of all landslides. This is what you need to do. This is how you can help.